Hi guys, it's your boy Priz, and in today's video I'm bringing you my complete beginner's guide to glass skin in 10 minutes. Come follow along today to look at all the products that I use and the routine that I've used for the past year to make sure my skin looks young, supple, radiant and has that glass skin effect. Really cheap, anyone can do this, and without any more ado, here's today's video. First off, I'm going to cleanse my face. That's the first thing I do in the morning. I love using the Horus products. These are French, they're really cheap, but they're also really well made. They contain really good natural ingredients, and I've always found they've really suited my skin type, which can get red, irritated, and easily inflamed. Also very reasonably priced, so anyone can afford them. Let's go. Make sure the water is warm to the touch, just slightly warmer than your blood temperature on your hand, but nothing scalding at all. And then you just want a kind of pea-sized amount in your hand like this. I like to foam it up properly before I put it on my face so that a little bit of foam appears. But these cleansers aren't super foaming, but this is a really nice level. And then I go in circular strokes all over the face. Make sure to also get your neck, and sometimes I do my ears and back of neck as well if I've not showered, but today I've had a shower. Then make sure just to pat the skin dry with a nice clean towel. Don't brush the face too heavily or scrub it with the towel, because that will sometimes make it a little bit more inflamed and red than it needs to be. Before cleansing, a couple of times a week, you can use the Horus exfoliating scrub. I exfoliated yesterday, so I'm not going to use this today, but again, I really love their scrubs because they're quite gentle. Again, they're very reasonable and they've got some really good ingredients in there. And as a British boy, I do love French skincare. I just think they're so well formulated. All right, next up, after we've cleansed the skin, I'm gonna go and use a toner. I've tried to use fancy toners in the past, really expensive ones, but I've just found that they're not worth the price, and they do basically the very same thing that some of the cheaper toners do. As long as your toner doesn't contain alcohol, which can dry out and irritate the skin, I think you're really good. One of my favorite toners is this Simple toner. It's literally a couple of pounds from Amazon. It's got no alcohol in it, and it's really gentle on the skin, but it does what it's supposed to do, which is neutralize the pH balance. After you cleanse your skin needs to come back to a neutral pH, and what a toner does is it actually restores your skin to its natural pH, and that's really important. I just put a couple of drops on a cotton pad. I say maybe 5 or 6 drops. I like it so that the cotton pad goes slightly see-through, so you know that it's got enough product on. And then I literally just wipe the cleanser pad all over my face. Sometimes I use 2 pads. If you look at the pad and it's coming off quite dirty or quite grey, that means it's picking up still quite a lot of dirt and debris from the skin, so depending on it, but mine is actually not so bad, so I'm just going to use 1. But sometimes as well I like to do my neck, and that might require another pad, but today I'm feeling quite clean. I've just showered, so I don't have to overdo it too much. Okay, now for the next part of the routine. Many people now use a serum, but I've not found a serum that I've really loved yet. And so instead, I've been using this Snail Mucin 91 Korean Beauty Gel Cream. It's not to replace your moisturizer, but I put it underneath a moisturizer. And the Snail Mucin in it really helps reduce inflammation, take away wrinkles, brightens the skin, and also promotes any wound healing. So anytime you have a breakout or some scars on your skin, I found this really helps regenerate. It's also got a lot of collagen in it, which I love for skin plumpness, and also because it's Korean Beauty, it gives me that glass skin look. So I literally just use like a few fingertips like this, spread it all across my face, and make sure that it hydrates. Again, I find with this, it's a balance between having enough on so that my skin feels hydrated and that the product is working, but also not so much that it becomes heavy. But because this is more of a gel rather than a cream, it doesn't actually get heavy at all. And I do find that the more that I use, the more that glass on skin under effect I get, which is what I love when I am doing skincare. This isn't that expensive. I think it retails on Amazon for between 16 to 20 pounds. It lasts a while, like it lasts me a few months. And if you want Korean beauty, the company that does this is called COSRX, and I really recommend their products. They've been around for quite a while and they're very well reviewed. Okay, I like that to pat down dry and to dry a little bit. So while I'm letting that dry, I go on to the next part of my routine, which is a little beauty hack. I use these refreshing Optrex eye drops, and because I had my eyes lasered a few years ago, I find these really help hydrate my eyes, but also they brighten and whiten my eyes slightly without irritating or any kind of harsh chemicals or irritants in them. But I just find they also give me that bit of confidence to know that my eyes look really great, because people do like to look you in the eyes when you're going out and talking to them. So next up, as a brown guy, I tend to sometimes have dark circles under my eyes, so I found an eye cream really helpful. Again, I've tried some more expensive ones. I don't always think they're worth it. I'm yet to find one that really blows me away, but I really like this very simple, very easy to use CeraVe eye cream, obviously from CeraVe. Again, it retails for about £12 on Amazon, and I also really love this product. I feel like it's thick enough and creamy enough that I feel like it works, but it's not greasy and you can never see it on. And I also find it, again, incredibly hydrating, especially for the day, which is what you need with dark, puffy circles or bags that can get kind of dry and a little bit kind of irritated. And I also extend it out slightly to the corners of my eye where normally you would get crow's feet. Because I've been using this really regularly, I feel like I've avoided getting crow's feet, which is really good as well. And I do find that hydrating under the eyes does prevent any bags really or from appearing. Okay, so now we've applied our eye cream, I want to continue the moisture, and I've got this Soon Young Double Barrier Cream. Now, again, I've tried expensive moisturizers in the past and I've really felt that they're not that worth it, and I've become obsessed with Korean beauty, and this also helps give me that glass skin effect while also really actually moisturizing my skin. I realized a lot of the expensive moisturizers, especially that I used, weren't actually hydrating. I didn't really feel them working, especially during the day. And I always thought that you'd have to have a really clear gel or something super lightweight. But the thing is, even though I've got combination skin, oily skin, I've still needed to be hydrated, and I actually felt my skin wasn't that hydrated. And I was shocked when I walked into Kiehl's one day and they were doing free skin barrier tests, and I found my skin barrier was only 60% of what it should be. So I really looked into skin barrier cream, especially in the day, and this Soon Young is double skin barrier. It's also really well reviewed, not very expensive. I think it's, again, between 15 to 18 pounds on Amazon on a good day. And it's by Etude House, which is one of the best Korean beauty brands that's been around for a long time and also been really highly reviewed. And I think their technology and their formulations are just a bit more advanced than what we have here in the West. So I've really been loving using it. It's not heavy, but it's very hydrating. It's not oily, it's not greasy, but I feel it working on my skin, and I absolutely love it. Again, you don't need a huge amount. You maybe need like a couple of fingertips full. And again, I make sure that my entire face has got the hydration that it needs. And also, since using this, and I'm not kind of just making up the statistic, I walked into Kiehl's, I think about 2 weeks ago, and I've used this about 6 months, and my skin barrier is like 90%, which is the highest I think it's ever been. And the lady just told me, keep doing what you're doing. So I'm just going to continue using these products because, frankly, I absolutely love them and they're just doing a really good job. This now feels like a really good amount of hydration for my skin. Okay, I feel like I can take my headband off. I wear this just to keep my hair out my face while I'm doing my skincare routine. They're really cheap, again, on Amazon. They're a couple of quid, but I just love them, and they also make me feel a little bit luxe. Okay, let's do the finishing touches to my skincare routine. I have really dry lips, especially as a brown guy. I find they chap really easily, and they are naturally slightly bigger than most other people's lips as well. I struggled for years to find something that was gonna really hydrate my lips and not have to reapply constantly without being a super shiny balm or like a lip gloss or something. Then I came across this beauty hack a lot of influencers love, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. Again, they kind of tout it as something you wear overnight, but I love wearing it during the day. It's not super glossy or shiny, but it's very hydrating. It's also the only lip balm I found that I don't have to constantly reapply during the day. Maybe once, maybe twice, and my lips are the most hydrated, the less peeling, and the softest they've ever been. And then quickly, let's look after some of this hair with a bit of hydration. I don't like putting way too much product in it nowadays. I love the way it naturally kind of falls. I've been really working on hydrating my hair. To hydrate it, I have been using the Moroccan Oil brand, and this is because they are slightly more expensive, but I find the original Argan Moroccan Oil the best for the hydration for my hair. It leaves my hair really, really nicely hydrated without it looking shiny or too greasy with other oils, or too heavy. So because the Moroccan oil itself is quite expensive, I like to dilute it slightly with the cheaper Moroccan hydrating cream, again from Moroccan Oil. So another beauty hack, what I do is I just take a tiny kind of slightly larger than pea-sized amount in my hand, and then I put 1 drop of the Moroccan oil in there, so it's got some of the original product. And then I rub that in between my hands so it's nice and mixed, and I just run it all through my hair, and I make sure I get the back of my hair and the sides as well. But sometimes I don't have to wear any other product but this, but it just really hydrates my hair, helps it sit really natural. And lately I'm loving that kind of old money Italian look, that kind of slicked back, kind of effortless hair, and this really helps me achieve that goal. And then finally, now my hair's looking hydrated, the most important and last step of my skincare routine before I step out the door, you've always got to wear a little bit of sunscreen. At the moment, I've got this Aunt Helios by La Roche-Posay. I've done a lot of different research on sunscreens and tried a lot of different sunscreens as well. This one I love because it's super lightweight. It's still an SPF 50, so you're getting that protection. It's so non-greasy and it's almost invisible on the skin. I say almost because no sunscreen is completely invisible. You'll always get a slight whiteness or a kind of like texture to the skin, but this is the closest and the best I've got. And La Roche-Posay are an amazing brand that's been around for a while. With sunscreen, you don't want to skimp. You want to make sure all of your face is covered up to the hairline, the nose, under the eyes, and because this is so safe for the face, I don't skimp on it. I love using it. A little bit to the neck, for sure, under the chin, back of the neck, and don't forget your ears as well. So there we go guys, that is my basic skincare routine you can do in the morning for that glass skin effect, using a mixture of like cheap products as well as some that are high street, some that are Korean beauty, but that's the combination that I found at the moment that I love. I've been loving the results and doing it for a year, and I've got really clear skin, I'm really confident, and it just makes me feel happier and brighter going out there day to day. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching guys. Again, like every other YouTuber, I'm trying to build up my content. I really love making these videos, and it really does help me out if you do smash that like button or send me a comment or share this video with someone that you love. Again, every little helps, but thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.